Awesome. Thank you, Jamie. So let me go ahead and share my screen. We'll continue with giving you a few examples. And thank you for sharing the link in there, Pari. I just saw that come through, so folks have been asking for that. So what does this look like? So when you're looking at these frameworks, how can you use those in designing an AI-infused activity? Well, first start with what are your learning outcomes? Start there, and then look at the frameworks to see where there is appropriate use of AI. Brainstorm. You can even use your AI tool to help you in doing that brainstorming to see where you can make some connections. Then look through the framework, look at the domains, which big bucket are you wanting to align with the learning outcomes that you have already identified, and then zero in on one or two of those competencies to then springboard into what it is that you want to do with that activity. Keep in mind, just like what Jamie was saying, we want to get to the thinking aspect, make that very transparent. So in your design of your activity, bake in some reflection, some rationale, justification, that sort of thing, so that learning goes deeper than just the act of doing the process itself. So I want to take you through an example. We'll start with productivity. And I zeroed in on our AI fundamentals bucket, and the competency specifically is explain at a very basic level how AI systems generate outputs from data and prompts. So I thought of an example, and this is really relevant because it's related to the work that we're doing. Let's say that you are tasked with developing even a short form informational video. Those can be time consuming. And so let's look to see if we can apply this competency in learning how ChatGPT specifically can help us. So, and I'll also tie it into the use of another tool, Microsoft Clipchamp. So let me go ahead and stop sharing the presentation and bring you over to ChatGPT. So what I'm using here, again, is the free version, just again to keep level set accessibility for anybody who wants to try this out. So here we're looking at wanting to make an informational video, even though a short one's going to take us a lot of time. So let's take a look at why ChatGPT can speed up the process by looking at what's going on behind the scenes. So then we can leverage that power to make ourselves more productive. So looking at the models themselves, basically the AI response is generated from the patterns of data that it was trained on. The system learned those patterns over the training periods, and then adding your prompt, so data plus your prompt could be your context, your content, your audience, the purpose. Putting those two together then delivers what is a best guess draft of what will come out in that output based upon, again, what was learned, what it was trained on, and the components of your prompt. So one real quick caveat, though, of course, we want to be really critical about any output that comes out. A lot of times these tools are very confident. And don't let that confidence fool you. Go back and critically evaluate whatever it is that you're using or you're intending to publish. So I want to do this test and demonstrating this competency using two prompts using ChatGPT. So the first one is, let me grab it here. So I have this saved in a Word document to speed up the input here. So write a script about AI appropriate staff training. So that's my topic, is AI staff training. And so let's take a look and see what it returns from that prompt. Wow, actually, it's funny because I did this test yesterday and I can already see it's learning because it learned from my testing. So that's a very good example of the learning happening from my own prompting. Yesterday, it gave me an outline. But after doing, you'll see the second prompt, which coached it to learn, it actually did give me a script. So I'm surprised by that actually, but it's evidence of the learning that we're just talking about. But I'm looking at it here and it's not exactly what I'm looking for. It's a little bit too simplistic. It seems kind of long. I'm wanting something to maybe take a minute or so, because this is just really an introductory level video. So I need to revise my prompt. And so I can give it a little bit more context. I can give it a little bit more information about my audience, and let's see what it will do with that. So let me scroll down here. And this prompt says, let's try that again. So write a 60-second voiceover script for staff training that explains in plain language how AI systems generate outputs from data and prompts. Use short sentences and captions, for captions, excuse me. Include a hook, one simple analogy, and a final takeaway. Please provide voiceover script, 5 on-screen text lines, and a title card line. And let's see what it does with that. So this is only the first iteration, right, up from that first simple prompt. So here it's got a little hook, but it says sounds like it's complex, but the idea is simple. And so here's my script at the top. And so the second thing I asked for was the on-screen text line. So here's our short captions. And then a title card line. Okay, great. One thing I also am noticing here, my follow-up question to yesterday was I don't like the use of M dashes. And so I asked it not to do it. And so you see there aren't any here. So actually I will quickly just navigate over to my thread yesterday because it was quite telling the change from what was here before. See the M dashes? Don't like those. Those are a cue that this is not written by a human. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what I have here. So let me go back to my chat here. And so the next thing I can do is take that into Clipchamp and generate a script. And with that script, I can generate my closed captioning. I can generate videos, or if I want to record myself narrating, or if I want to have it generate with the AI voice, I have those options. But notice how just that simple prompt, giving it more context, it didn't get smarter in that 30 seconds that I changed the prompt. It actually learned from my inputs. So the inputs that helped inform what was that guess that it's based on its own learning. So it's continuing to learn. So here's a quick demonstration of this, and it'll take longer to generate the video, but I can go in and put in here, this is my script. And it'll start generating a video here in Clipchamp. We'll probably have a follow-up video specifically on the use of Clipchamp. It's really amazing for creating short videos. Yeah. So now I want to hand it over to Pari. She's going to give us a student example.